Hello, everyone. Welcome to Transfer Spotlights, our video series highlighting the people, programs, and departments and everything else that makes UMass great, with a specific focus on need-to-know information for transfer students. Today, we're going to be highlighting one of the more unique majors here at UMass, social thought and political economy. To that end, I am joined by Monica Garcia from STPEC. Monica, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about our program.
Before we get into some of my questions that I have that I want to cover, I was wondering if you could just introduce yourself and what you do in the department.
Sure. So again, my name is Monica Garcia, and I'm the Director of Undergraduate Advising in the Department of Social Thought and Political Economy. And I work one-on-one with every single student in our department to make sure that they have the support that they need with their academics and other resources related to their college experience.
Awesome. So I think my big first question that I would want to cover, it's something that we talk to our students a lot about when they're considering majors, but why should a transfer student be considering social thought and political economy as a major?
Well, it's, as you mentioned, a unique major. In fact, it is hard to find any other program in the United States quite like it. We are an interdisciplinary program that really allows students to dig deep into social issues from a variety of different disciplines. So students take courses in sociology, political science, history, Afro-Am studies, women, gender and sexuality studies, and others across campus. Students are also encouraged to take courses at the other 4 colleges in the area. And they can focus on particular topics that they're interested in, or they can really have a broad education around a variety of social issues. And we've designed the curriculum this way so that students can really get a nuanced understanding of social issues. They can get to learn more about the root causes of different social issues. And then hopefully that prompts them to be thinking about more drastic or more transformative solutions rather than reform-minded ones, which I think is very pertinent to everything that's going on today, whether it's the Black Lives Matter protests, the climate crisis, or any number of other injustices that we see in the US, but also abroad. So students can come to the major expecting to really dig deep into some of these social issues to understand the context of which they developed and how they have manifested themselves in today's political moment.
Awesome. It's really interesting that you talk about students' ability to focus in on what they're interested in. What does that kind of look for like, if you could talk about that a little bit, when a student comes in, if they're interested in a specific subject like Black Lives Matter or something like that, in terms of their coursework and their other things that they're doing within the major, what does that look like for them?
It means that they can take lots of classes in a particular department. So if Black Lives Matter protests and civil rights are of interest to them, they can take lots of courses that are in the Afro-Am Studies department, but they can also take courses that really focus on race and critical race theory, for example, in other departments as well. So they can focus in that way. And it lends itself to double majoring or minoring or getting certificates because they can take so many classes in other departments and have it count towards STPEC. We have set requirements, but within those requirements, there's an enormous amount of flexibility that students can pick and choose classes that appeal to them.
Awesome. And whether or not a student is sort of focused already on what they want to study within the world of social thought and political economy, are there ways that at their current school students can prepare to transfer? Especially, we have a lot of students who are completing associate's degrees at certain community colleges, and wondering if there's any ways that you see students be successful after they come into the major that they could do at their previous school.
Well, we've designed the curriculum in such a way that students coming in as juniors essentially can efficiently and comfortably complete the major starting from step one all the way to completion without having to worry about going over, that 4-year timeline that some students try to keep. So there isn't really much that they need to complete before they get to STEPIC. We want students, in order to be in that comfortable spot, just make sure that, they have that, all of their gen eds completed, which is part of, an associate's degree typically. But if they're interested in getting their feet wet on topics that are covered within STEPIC, they can look towards sociology and political science most commonly to get introductions to some of the topics covered in STEPIC. But they don't need to. We welcome students with open arms who haven't had any experience with those topics yet.
Great. So those are my main questions. Is there anything that you think a student might need to know, or a question that they should have answered before they start the application process or before they get to UMass?
Well, I guess I would just add, in terms of how unique we are to not just UMass, but really the region and the country, is that what makes STEPIC unique is that we really focus our studies on topics that cross interdisciplinary lines or cross traditional academic boundaries. And so students who live in other parts of New England, so anywhere outside of Massachusetts, but within the New England boundaries, can receive in-state tuition if they are a STEPIC major, because we are the only public university with this kind of program. So that's something helpful for some students. And I guess another thing that I would highlight about STEPIC is that it's a small major. So students who are interested in maybe having best of both worlds, they have all of the resources that come from a major public university like UMass, but within a small department where we have 100 students and professors know your name. I meet, as I mentioned, with every student in the program every semester. And students tend to get to know each other quite well because our class sizes are small, and the cohort that comes in one semester can travel through the sequence of classes, required classes together. So it's an opportunity to be part of a smaller community within a big, broader UMass community.
Right. Well, I think that really gives us a lot of really fantastic information. And hopefully students can look towards this major if it sounds like that fits what they're looking for. Monica, thank you again for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.